all these guys now, all 18 cars, are on the grid, and they're waiting for those 5 lights, just teasing the car's engines as we now wait for 4, 5 red lights. It's going to be a race into turn 1, but who will lead it? And it's lights out, and it's away we go. And it looks like it seems to be a good start for our pole sitter, and he's going to try and cover off the inside immediately. Jeffrey's going to have to look to the outside line. As to his synchronously, there's going to be a little bit of a pile up as Williams and Stephen goes onto the grass to try and get down the inside. Gareth's going to allow Gareth to go around the outside of it. It's a fabulous move by the Racing Point driver. Wojtek's got into P3 ahead of Synchronously, and Nitro Gas as well. They bang wheels into turns 2, now coming down the hill to turn 3, but it's Jeffrey who leads the race. Gareth is into P2, Wojtek's into P3, Synchronously's dropped down to P4, and it looks like, we've got someone at the back. It's always so Stephen at the back. And Wojtek now just seems to be really good in this last sector. Just closes up on Gareth just by just a tenth or two, and it's now just half a second behind. He's going to get a very nice slipstream. He's going to have the DOS. He's not going to use the full maximum effect of the slipstream, but he's going to look to the inside. Gareth's going to defend. He's going to come back to the racing line, and Wojtek just getting ever so closer to the back of that Williams rear wing. He's going to get a nice exit. He's got a DRS zone, the second DRS zone into turn 2, and they're going to go side by side here. He's got the DRS going to pull ahead of the Williams just temporarily, and Gareth's going to try and just push him out a little bit. He hugs the inside, and he gets a really nice line. He gets just enough speed to keep himself at the Haas, but he's now going to be in tremendous danger because it seems like in the last 2 laps Gareth doesn't seem to have the straight line speed to hold that Haas back. Also drives, and Colin interestingly has pitted for the medium tyres compared to Luke Bailey and Craig ahead of him on the hard tyres, and he's now giving Craig a real headache now because he could potentially just be about to overtake our championship leader. Craig does not have DRS on Luke Bailey in front. He's dropped a little bit of time as Colin sets a new fast lap of the race. Craig's going to go defensive. He doesn't want to lose any time. Certainly not going to want to lose a position. Colin's going to accept that and just going to take the slightly wider line into turn 1. But it'll be interesting to see if he gets a little bit of better traction on those medium tyres. DRS wide open, stuck into the slipstream. Craig doesn't quite shut the door into turn 2. He lets the Ferrari have the inside line, try to come back underneath him, but no, Colin's got the move done. And I suppose Craig probably doesn't want to let the Ferrari through, but I mean, I'm sure he'll be hoping now that he can go and disturb Luke Bailey's race as much as he's disturbed his. And we'll just see where the Terosa driver comes out, and of course he's made his pit stop now. He'll be going to the end of those hard tyres, come out P10, so from the back of the grid he's already in those points paying positions. And looks like we've got almost a 3 wide into turn 2. Craig's got past the championship rival. He's going to try and hang it around the outside of turn 2. He's going to go and try and go wheel to wheel. The Ferrari just thinks a bit better of it on the turn 3. He's going to come up the hill to turn 4. It's going to be wary because Luke Bailey's all over the back of him. He's going to dart left and right. Got a yellow flag. We've got Colin now a time for the race, and he's done the same as Gareth, it looks like. Safety car points. Then you see Wojtek just releasing the gun there, and he's but he's not quite dropped the Red Bull drive, but it should be safe down his first straight. Of course, no DRS initially. It's a good restart from Brennan's as well. Simon Palmer hasn't had the best of restarts. I'm sure he'll catch up to these guys very, very quickly. And looks like further back, it looks like Craig and the Spud are already changing positions. So you see further back as well, it looks like there's Tero Rosso's going side by side. Nitro Gas just a few tenths of a second behind Wojtek. So it's going to be so interesting to see the Ferrari of Spud. He didn't come into the pit, so he's going to stay out on those hard tyres. I'm sure it'll be a bit of a moving chicane for a lot of these guys to try and get past him. You see now going wide into turn 3 and coming up the hill. He's got almost side by side of Tero Rosso. Tero Rosso quiet tops. Just then Duratio picking up 3 seconds, and Tero Rosso almost going into the back of the Ferrari drive there. But he's I imagine he's going to be dropping very, very quickly. See Craig and Luke Bailey just ahead of him. I'm sure they're pretty happy that he's doing that. It's Sam Palmer there going really wide at the last corner. He's got really close, but we'll go back on board as Spud. Looks like he's got a decent run at the last corner. Looks like I think the 2 Terosas were changing position. You see further back, it looks like Stephen's got the run on Cryptox, and of course he is on the medium tyres, and he wants to make progress as quick as he possibly can, and Jeffrey follows him through. So a nice bit of racecraft there from Jeffrey, following his rival through down the inside of turn 1, and now it looks like Tennis is now going for the move around the outside of turn 2. Can he get the job done? It looks like Cryptox is absolutely dropping like a fly. It's been absolutely swallowed up by this train of medium runners, and he can't help but lose positions left, right and centre. And Simon Palmer might just be, I'm not sure, I'm just looking at his front wing, and he's actually lost a front wing end plate off that front right, unless there's some sort of glitch I'm not aware of. It looks like he's missing downforce massively, which makes sense because he's now 2.3 seconds off the McLaren man, and Craig on the harder tyres, the slower tyres and older tyres is now all over the back of the Alfa Romeo driver. I'm sure Simon will be doing all he can to hold up the championship leader, at least for his teammate. But see just how much grip he does not have through that last sector, and coming to turn 12, Craig's not going to even wait. He's going to send it down the inside of Simon Palmer and slides past the Alfa Romeo driver. We're going to have a ride on board with Stephen, who very quickly could be the highest running driver on those medium tyres, and he's going to see his fellow medium runner Simon Palmer, who of course was P4 under safety car on brand new mediums, looking really favoured to maybe even put himself in contention for the race win if he could hold on to those tyres, but it's all gone wrong for him with the front wheel. He's going to take a very late defensive move. He's going to really push the Williams down the inside, but he's not going to be feared from it, and Jeffrey sets new fast lap, but the Williams is slailed down the inside. Simon Palmer's going to try to come back underneath him, but it just doesn't seem to have the downforce in it, and it looks like Stevens moves up into 5th place, but Drejo looks like it's all over the back. It looks like he's almost trying to push that Alfa Romeo along, and it's just around turn 13, trying it around the outside. It was going to be ambitious, and Simon Palmer just make sure he's very late on the brakes to defend that one. Of course, it's going to be, I think he's got a time penalty as well, so it could drop positions automatically. Drejo, aside from the back of the grid, member, it's in P7. It looks like it's going to be P6 in just about any moment. He's going to see what his straight line speed's like. It's got the DOS, got the slipstream, not getting a massive amount. Simon Palmer's going to go defensive, but he leaves the door open down that inside, and Drejo makes it stick. But Simon Palmer's going to come back underneath and just goes a little bit wider to us to drive. Now he's going to look behind him, because you can see Tinnis and the Haas driver is going to have a little bit of a look down the inside of turn 2, and he's going to go for it. He's going to try and hang it around the outside ratio and a little bit of contact, and Tinnis just about managed to get away with it, and he's now got to be a little bit careful. GSP's all over the back of him. Simon Palmer also very late on the brakes goes Tinnis. He's going to try it around the outside. No, he's just going to try and get a nice line. He's got to be careful, because GSP is all over the back of him as Simon Palmer pits. Maybe we're just going for fastest lap, or who knows, but he's got a lot of work to do if he wants to try and get himself into the top 10. But he's now left Tinnis wide open for attack. We'll see what JSP can do. He's going to go down the inside of the Haas driver, and further back Jeffrey's going to go to the inside of Cryptox and go side by side. The Mercedes driver looks like he's got the move done, and it's just like Tinnis just squirting the fossil down out of turn 1, just losing a little bit of traction. He's got to be careful now, because the Racing Point might fancy a little bit of a move. Pink's better over, but it looks like the Haas has gone a little bit deep. No, it's just about hold on to it. A good move there from the Mercedes driver. But looks like it's going to be just about the perfect number of laps for Nitrogas. I'm sure Craig will be hoping there'll be 1 or 2 more laps. But as long as he's kept it clean, the Red Bull driver could be on for a real squirm on at the last corner. But he crosses the line, he takes the race win. Congratulations to the Red Bull driver. Brennan's is going to take 3rd place, but with penalties, drops him down to 5th place. Luke Bailey picks up the last podium place, so he only drops a couple of points to his championship rival. Stephen does a brilliant